Sabre News. Hey guys, SarahFox910 here and welcome to Sabre News. Guys, we are going into the Ballistix Masters right here and we're going full throttle into it straight on. It's been exciting 2 weeks and let's get on to it guys because I am losing my shit just waiting here to tell you guys about this amazing 2 weeks and let's just jump right into it guys, let's go. Alright guys, let's quickly just have a first look at the week 1 when it's been played. We had Pulse Evolve versus DDC Carnage. Pulse Evolve taking that obviously 2-0. And then we had ALG Vanguard versus Terra Lithium and ALG Vanguard took that 2-1. Guys, the ALG Vanguard was streamed. I will leave a link in the description below. Next up we had Pulse Envy versus Ecstasy for second, with Pulse Envy taking that 2-1. And next up we have Pulse Elevate versus SVG Infamous, and SVG Infamous taking that 2-0 guys. That game was also streamed and a link will be in the description below. Then we had Ecstasy Legion versus XP Eclipse, and Ecstasy Legion taking that 2-0. And then we had Terra FIB versus AOG Legions, with Terra FIB taking it 2-1. Then we had Pew Pew Spectrum versus Team Innovate, with Pew Pew Spectrum taking that 2-0. Guys, that game was streamed live from my POV. I'll also leave a link in the description to that as well. And then lastly, on week 1 of the brackets round, we have DDC Inferno versus Enigma Devastate, where Enigma Devastate taking that 2-1. Guys, all the teams that did lose fall out unfortunately, and all the teams that move out are guaranteed a 2,000 Rand grand prize money. Now, on to week number 2. For week number 2, we have Pulse Evolve versus AOG Vanguard, and Pulse Evolve is taking that with a staggering 2-0. And then we have SVG Infamous versus Pulse Envy, where SVG Infamous taking that 2-1. Guys, that game was also streamed and there will also be a link in the description below, so guys, go check it out because that was an insanely tight game. And then we had Ecstasy Legion versus Terra FIB, and Ecstasy Legion, the Dream Team, did take that 2-0. And then lastly for week 2, we have Pew Pew Spectrum versus Enigma Devastate, and Pew Pew Spectrum taking that 2-0. And that game was also casted guys, and the link will be in the description. And just quickly a thanks to Spectacle for casting all these games, and Mr. Longslang for organizing it. And also the Pew Pew Spectrum versus Enigma Devastate game was also co-casted by President Longslang. Alright guys, so we're moving on to this week. The games which will be played is Pulse Evolve versus SVG Infamous. And then the next game is Ecstasy Legion versus Pew Pew Spectrum. Now these teams have worked themselves so hard to get there, and it's going to be insanely tight games guys. Now, the two winners will obviously move on into the finals, which will guarantee them a first and second spot. Then the two losers will move into the bottom bracket, which is also the loser bracket, also the semi-finals I would say, or it's the final loser bracket. They will basically fight it out for the third and fourth prize. And then also just to quickly do a recap on the prizes. First prize is a staggering 10,000 Rand guys, what an amazing prize. And second prize we have 5,000 Rand for obviously whoever comes second. And then third we have 4,000, and then fourth place we have 3,000 Rand. So these teams are definitely going to fight out to see who can get that cash prize, and definitely to make Rage more a luxurious trip for each team. But guys, once again, thank you so much to all the sponsors. I'm talking about Crucial, Ballistix, Syntech, Antec, and also then Red Dragon guys for sponsoring us these amazing prizes, and then also letting the cup happen. But that is it for this 2 weeks of the Ballistix Masters guys. I'll be covering the next 2 games once it is finished, and then I'll be announcing the winner and you'll know who is the Ballistix Masters. But anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and as always guys, thank you so much.